another edition of Tulsa Little Jam. I am very little in here, so come on, let's go. All right, the last episode that you guys saw, because I know you all watch it multiple times at home, we ended a beautiful feud between this band that's about to play tonight and Bringer, and it was a very touching episode, and I'm honored to have the fabulous Minx on here directly after that episode. And I'm sure now your hearts are full of love songs to sing.
Like the Grinch after he saved those presents.
Exactly. So I'm very excited to bring it, but you know, as Bringer brought it the last episode, the fabulous Minx are gonna bring it as well. So put your hands together for the fabulous Minx.
This season of Tulsa Little Jam is presented by...
Let's hear it one more time, guys, for the fabulous Minx. I told you it was going to be, all right. Gosh, with the applause, my God.
It's so
I told you
robots
it was
sound
going to
amazing.
be a lot of fun, and these guys did not disappoint. You were talking about some of the influences and stuff, and in another conversation that we had, and it was about, you called it swamp rock.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. No, I came up with like Southern rock and like, you know, that kind of swampy like Creedence Southern rock.
Yeah.
But also, you know, that old school rhythm and blues music, and that you know, call and response sort of like Ray Charles playing like What I Say or whatever that song is called. When he's, you know, it's the recording. He's like in a bar in the studio, and you hear everybody talking in there, and it's just that vibe. is what we were doing when we wrote that song. And I was like, wouldn't it be great if we had a song like that? But it's like our bass player Kevin always wants to play it, and I'm like, I can't if the crowd's not really lit. Like I can't.
It
do
doesn't
it.
work.
If everybody, if there's not somebody like right here, it's really difficult to play and feel enthusiastic about it.
But it sounded good tonight.
It
So.
sounded good.
It sounded awesome tonight, for sure. When did
We
you guys?
sound good every night.
Yeah, I mean, duh. But when did you guys actually start playing together?
2000.
So we started playing together, and we had a different singer. We had a female singer. I know.
Jill?
No. Someone that could sing. Someone that could sing. We were in a band called Shake Shake for a year. She got knocked
Good
up.
names.
We kicked her out.
She left us. She left us.
Well, we kicked her out. And it was mostly not that she was knocked up, but that she had booked this vacation, and we had already booked a show, and
We
we were
booked
like,
like 3 shows. We used to book like 3 shows a week.
a week.
And then
We don't miss
they're all like
shows.
dumb, like just like little bar shows. We just booked as many as we could because it was more fun than practicing. And she was like, "Hey, I'm going to New York for 2 weeks." And I was like, "We have 6 shows."
Yeah.
She's like, "You guys should just do them." And then
We
we
did.
started doing them, and we kept doing them when she had her daughter, and then we just kept going. And she didn't really show any interest in coming
Yeah,
back.
she hated us, as
rightfully so.
rightfully so. And we said, let's call ourselves the Minx. And then Ryan said, well, let's call ourselves the Fabulous
And
Minx.
we can
so
introduce
people would
it
like
the
introduce it.
Fabulous Minx.
And I was like, let's
Yeah.
spell it with an X so no one can find us
Yeah,
online.
impossible
So
to Google
That's where we.
Minx with an X. Don't forget it, kids. If you want to follow us on social media, the Fabulous Minx, Minx with an X.
You get that little self-plug there?
Yeah.
Shameless plug.
I'm always plugging for myself. That's it.
This episode of Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you by
Anticipation, sending vibrations through minds all night. These tribulations, waiting with bated breath till you strike right. Sitting at the faucet next to me, forbidden back the very deep. Is this romance in our modern age? Notification, you signal interest with a brief reply. My heart is racing. I might get lucky if I play my hands right. We arrived at this casually, but you are coming home to me. It's easy, but I kind of miss the chase. Without pretense, without passion, man, I hate the sound of fashion. Tell me, is this romance in our modern age? All my hustle, my ambition, destroyed by my television. Yeah, it's easy, but I kinda miss a chase. Without pretense, without passion, man, I hate the sound of fashion. Tell me, is this romance in our modern age?
This episode of Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you by
But you start, and I feel like both of you started kind of late learning music.
Not late, but not like at 3. You were like,
No, yeah. Yeah, no, I was in,
no, 7th grade.
7th grade,
7th grade.
yeah.
That's what.
And I-
It's good. Like
7th
like
grade-
7 is too late.
no, my dad's like, when we were all kids, I'm one of 3, and like, we were terrible kid. And so he put his guitar and his amp and stuff away. He just like, he resigned himself to not having it out so it didn't get broken. And just let that be. And I finally, in 7th grade, like we were moving and I found it. And I pulled it out of the closet and played like all like one note, one string songs that I wrote that were just the worst, and you know, always to impress a girl, and that's it.
Much like
were they
much
ever-
like
We
now.
still do.
Much like now.
Like 1 chord, 2 chords at most. I don't like to be showy.
Right. That's the point.
I couldn't tell by the little footwork that you were doing.
Well, no, I like to show off, but it's
That's not showy.
no. it's
That's
just
showing off.
Me being me.
That's completely different.
And Noah, yourself?
I didn't actually start playing drums until high school, late. My whole family, big music family, but I was like, I'm not going to be in the band. I'm going to play basketball. That turned out really well. So I picked up drums in a punk band that my friends had put together, and I was like, oh yeah, I can play. I can play. I still can't, so that's
the
how that
exact
turned
do it
out.
When we started the
enthusiasm.
band together, he was like, oh, sure, I could play.
Yeah, I could play.
You have instruments? I have instruments.
Still can't.
Just been in a band.
Still can't.
That was it.
Did you make a show out of that mediocrity? I saw that.
Well, I mean, that's
Get
all I've
into it.
got.
You
That's
take
all
it.
I've got.
We've always said, like, if we can't be good, we've at least going to be a spectacle.
Yeah, or loud.
We're going to be loud,
Loud and a spectacle. And we hit that chord about 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
Solid performance.
But I mean, it's like you guys are just like.
The fake modesty. It's all fake modesty. I think very highly of myself and my music. So
Oh no, we're the best band
Yeah.
in Tulsa.
Easily.
I mean,
Yes, there it is. See, the truth is coming.
those idiots in gold running around all the time. Forget about it.
we had to borrow parts of my drum kit for them to play. I mean,
Is that true?
oh, that's very true. No.
Oh, bringer.
Not
I may just have to
professionals.
delay the release of their
I
episode.
mean, it's good that their aspiration is hobbyists.
Yeah. that-
No, that's man. Like,
But I was talking to them after, and they were talking about you guys are just you're always playing and always just you never stop. Like you guys are like so hardworking and dedicated.
we used to play a lot more,
yeah,
but now in these later years,
tired.
Later years.
sad.
No, it's like it's
You can't say that when you were actually taking guitar lessons from Paul Benjamin just 3 years ago.
Yeah, no, that was like the first guitar lessons I ever took.
You
It
ever
was
had.
because Seth joined the band, and I was like, "There's a guitar player in here that's like good now. He knows like notes beyond the chords, and like he can play a solo, and I gotta keep up with this jerk, or he's gonna take the spotlight." And so yeah, I took some lessons from Paul, and like after like 4 lessons, I was like, "That's plenty. That's all I'll ever need. I don't ever need to hit your level and know that I'll never put in the work." So that's plenty. I can play, 1-note solos again, and it's perfect.
Does Paul ever come out
Exactly.
to listen to you?
I don't think so.
I think he saw us one
We
time.
played with Paul at the first Tulsa
Showcase.
at South by Southwest, the first FMAC showcase. Paul was playing outside, and I remember he was so pumped because they were making they were feeding us like chicken salad sandwiches for lunch, and like a bag lunch, and he
That's
was
his
like,
thing?
it's like being at school, like on a field trip. We got bag lunches and everything, man. Isn't that great? And I was like, I fell in love, man. Like, that's the kind of enthusiasm that I need to have toward this.
I just get
Just like he's
The perfect level.
He's the most easygoing dude in the world. And he's just like, yeah, no, I'll play, for an hour outside in 100-degree heat, and I'll eat this sack.
as
lunch."
long as you give me a sack lunch, I am good
He
to
was
go.
psyched.
Can't complain.
It was awesome.
We get excited about the smallest.
It's the little things.
Just,
Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you by
1, 2, 3, 4. I miss a cutter out of whiskey. Did you even miss me when I stopped walking through your door? You know it's been a little while since I've seen you smile. You seem harder than you were before. I want the burned down
Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you by.
You've gotten to do some cool stuff. So you did the South by showcase.
We did.
You're Tulsa Music Award winners, right?
We are
Nominees?
nominees. We won something called the Raw Showcase.
Several times. Yeah. That was when we were in Shake Shake.
Yeah.
There was some it was like.
Oh, but not as the
yeah.
Minx.
Not as the.
Not as the Minx.
Well,
We've
no.
never been awarded anything.
No. No. In fact, they actually
We've
Raw
been
called
called
us.
aggressively middling.
Raw actually called us and took away that certificate.
Asked for it back.
They took it back.
Now that she's not
But-
in charge, we don't like that.
Yeah.
No.
It's just
No,
the
we've
two
gotten
dudes
to do
now.
some really cool stuff.
Yeah, we've been all over. We've been all over America. It's
No, and speaking of being all over America, you guys have some funny stories because I feel like some of the stories I've heard were exactly what you would expect to hear of situations that you have been in, like the Tucumcari Festival.
Yeah. So there's this festival, Rockabilly on the Route, and the organizers still do Rockabilly Q on the East Coast in Florida and in South Carolina in Charleston. But they were doing this like 3-day, 4-day festival in Tucumcari, New Mexico, and we just on a lark.
well, no, it wasn't a lark. We got turned down for another festival, so I was like, I'm going to get us another festival, and we're going to go.
And we just we emailed the guy and we're like, we'll play. He's like, well, I can't pay you. We're like, that's
We don't
fine. No, man, we're not. It's fine.
We're not
just didn't
fancy.
want to go play. And so he's like, all right,
be that
well,
fancy.
we'll give you like the opening slot of the festival in the beer garden, and so we went and played. We were the first band to play the first year of that festival, and then we played every year since. And they would give us like progressively better time slots. And finally, the third year, he was like, you guys play at midnight. You shut the thing down. This is like where you belong.
It's a high
when
honor.
everybody is
Yeah.
like, because it's the best thing about that festival is everybody's trapped in this town. Tucumcari is like a little town surrounded by nothing, just desert, nothing.
Like
And
Vegas without the
yeah,
Vegas.
Right, right.
and
No
without all the
casinos.
distractions.
Yeah.
Like
Nothing.
There's like 2 hotels, there's 1 bar, there's a museum, and that's it. And they
What was the museum?
like a lot of burgers. It's
Route
like a Route
66
66
museum?
auto
Oh,
museum.
Yeah.
It's-
There's nothing in it.
And so, but like
Closed.
yeah, every time we go out there, something bizarre, like some weird, like natural event. Like the first year there was
Sandstorm.
a sandstorm. The second
While we were
year
at the
there was
lake, yeah.
hail and tornadoes. Like our room in the hotel always flooded for whatever reason. And then
For whatever reason.
one year, like
Always Ryan's room. Go figure.
yeah, no, right. And then the last year, which like Seth and Jill were still in the band, the last year that we played out there was the last year of their festival. We played the last slot at the last year of the festival, which was poetic. And after we played, we're like loading out, and it's like you get done playing and this like deep melancholy hits you because you're like, well, it's not going to be this good for another however long until we play again.
2 more weeks. Yeah.
And like,
This is the low.
you got to drive 11 hours home the next day to go to work. And like, this guy, this squirrely-eyed guy, who's like wearing like gym shorts and a polo shirt. So you already like automatically you're like, that's a flag, like right away, red flag.
at
Like,
that festival, wearing that. and
like
being at
just
that
out in
Oh,
public
just
in
any,
gym
yeah,
shorts
just yeah.
and a
If
polo
you're in
shirt.
that
Oh,
anywhere,
shorts.
And his
anywhere,
eyes
red
like, don't
flag.
both look at you at the same time. He's this monstrous dude, and he's like,
His eyes are
like 300 pounds, easy, of just person. And he's like, hey, can I come party with you guys back in your room? We're like, oh well, we're just gonna turn in early and head back tomorrow. And so like this festival, it's at the bar is at the hotel, and it's a motel, so everything is outside, and everybody's outside the dang room. We can't get to our room, and we see this guy coming. And he's just like, he like leans in real close and he goes, hey, do you know where the cocaine is? And I was like, no. And Noah just like sees these people walking down. He's like, they have it. And he just takes off after him. And so like, we finally get in the room, we turn out the lights like 4 in the morning.
yeah.
I get out of the shower and like the lights are off in our room. I turn on the bathroom light and I hear Seth go, turn out that dang light. And I turn it out and he's like peeking out the window, and this dude is in the parking lot, no shirt,
No shirt.
He lost the
and
polo.
he's got a
Yeah,
knife
no.
in his hand, and he's just shouting like, cowards at the top of his lungs. And I guess he
Just out in this parking lot.
got into it in whatever room he ended up in with somebody, and like everyone retreated into the rooms and locked him out. And he was like smashing windows. And,
Smashed the
kicking
light, like the
doors.
light on the side of the motel. He smashed
And
that.
yeah, so we just all like watch out the windows as this guy like gets arrested by like the whole Tucumcari police force.
All 2 of them. 7
people, yeah. And they're like got him at gunpoint, and he's like tossing stuff out of his pockets, resisting arrest so that he can light his cigarette up. And then he finally, like, once he gets it lit, he like
Cigarette
lets
hanging
go.
out
I'm
of
like,
his
man,
mouth.
this guy is next level. He's living better than any of us put together. Hey, he's lived a fuller life than any of us in these like 30 minutes that we've been watching this. And that was the last time I've been to Tucumcari. Noah's been back.
I've been back.
times.
I've been back.
That
I
sounded
walk
like-
in. I walk in, and they know us. The Fabulous Minx.
It was exactly what you wanted the last night of that festival to be. I was like, we were going out, and I was like, somebody's probably going to die on this trip. Because it escalated every year for 4 years, and then like, sure enough, there we were.
It sounds like the script to an early Coen Brothers movie.
No, very
that
much.
never got made.
Very
It
much.
would like there wasn't enough clever dialogue, but yeah, it was like,
But the wardrobe and the situation
yeah.
Oh,
sounded
perfect.
sounds
Yeah,
excellent.
no, like everything bathed in sulfur
just
light.
glad it didn't turn into a Tarantino. It was
Yes,
really-
that's definitely good. But wait, you went back. What were you doing back?
I
To see
drove.
the museum. They got something
No,
at
well,
the museum.
no, it was a stop along the way. I drove out to California by myself last fall, so I was like,
just drove back there.
yeah. Well, I was like, I got to find a place to sleep tonight. So Tucumcari, it
It's
was
a
a
known
Tucumcari
entity.
tonight. That's their thing.
You
Tucumcari
stay there?
tonight. Oh, I stayed at the same place. I walked in
in the
and
same room.
in the same room. He had our same ticket from 3 years before, and he said, "You want the same room?" I said, "Yeah."
Now the innkeeper, like, he keeps everything on like little slips of paper.
Slips of paper.
No book, no binder, just a pile of slips of paper. And
He pulled it
every
out.
time he could like pull it out and be like, I'm giving you the same room
It'd
as
been
last
3
year.
years. I walked in. He goes, "The Fabulous Minx. You want
Minx
your same
with
room?"
an X.
Minx with an X. And he pulls out the slip. He says, "Same room." I said, "Yeah, same room. That's fine."
Sam.
And he goes, "You got cash?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, $20. I was like, "Okay."
It's a good stay.
No, it's a great
actually,
stay.
yeah.
Except for the flooding.
Well, you know.
It didn't flood when Ryan
Okay,
was there.
Yeah.
So perfectly fine when I was there on my own.
Clearly the bringer of trouble.
This episode of Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you by
Oh, baby, where is this going? Oh, when will we get there? Everything out the window looks the same as a rearview mirror, but I can feel my heart racing like you're running away. Girl, I need you right here. I can feel my engine overheating, baby. I can't take it. I'm too tired of standing still. Where is this going? Baby, what's in the way? Both of us know that there's something between us. This feeling is a
This episode of Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you by.
So anyway, let's get back to normal life. Now, what are the, you guys have achieved your dream venue. You've played the Canes
We've played the Canes
twice.
twice.
There's got to be something else.
I mean, you know, they want to have us back. I'd go back.
Yeah, I'd go back.
Play the Brady. That'd be pretty cool. You know, I don't have any business
Tulsa.
playing.
The Tulsa.
The Tulsa. Excuse
Yeah.
me.
The Tulsa.
The Tulsa. Yeah, I hadn't been since they changed the name.
I'm sure it looks
I
exactly
mean,
the same.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be. You know, the venue's the same. So, no, I'd be psyched to play there. That's a beautiful stage.
Yeah. You know, I've never set foot in there.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's really
I
cool.
was invited to the Halloween party, but
Nah, it's
I
too
was
many
kind of
people.
frightened, so I didn't.
Nah, too many people.
No.
Wait for us to play. It'll be like 10.
Oh,
Yeah,
Be great.
15 max.
You really get the feel of the emptiness.
People will
Can I-
come in for whoever we're opening for, and then when they see us and wait outside until they start playing the main stage.
Well, I'll come, but I just want to hang out in the background like Tall Paul. Tell the
Yeah.
Tall Paul
Oh,
story.
man.
The Tall Paul. We had a record release at the old Yeti before it closed down, and our full length LP debut, and we just
Vinyl
went
record.
all out. We blew up, 500 balloons by ourselves. We had crepe paper hanging from the ceiling.
Streamers
Everywhere. We had
confetti
confetti
cannons.
cannons. It was amazing. All the all the
just wanted to
Tulsa's
feel
best
big
bands.
I feel like you get into these stories.
I think
because
Bringer
of
was
what
there.
You guys start these things.
Oh yeah, no,
No,
we're
yeah,
the
we
instigators.
clearly-
Oh yeah.
You guys are these
We don't do any
instigators.
like favors for ourselves.
Yeah. So we show up at this place. We show up the Yeti at like 3 in the afternoon. Show doesn't start till 10.
Yeah, no, the bartender had to come like open the bar for us.
Yeah,
and
she
stuff.
was
She
mad.
was mad that
She
she
was
was get
mad.
there early.
And this guy just comes out of nowhere and he kind of jumps into an Instagram video that we're shooting. It kind of ruins that, and then he just
like one of these like in the back.
I'm like, okay, thanks. And then he proceeds to just hang out for the next 4.5 hours
Yeah.
or so. We're blowing up all these balloons. All the band members show up, all the band spouses show up, and we're blowing up all these balloons, stuffing them into this giant net that we string from the ceiling to do this balloon drop. And he literally blows up like 2. He's incapable of blowing up a balloon. This
Like
man.
his lungs would.
Like yeah, he's like, and it just
Well, he
kind
said
of.
he just got out of the joint.
He did.
But he looked like he'd been in there since like 2001. Like, just like the little like chain necklace and like a
Like little spike, like just the
spike
front
hair.
spike hair.
Yeah. And just like the leather jacket with like that's like a suit jacket. Like
Did he have other hair or just the
just
spike?
like the little spike
just-
and then like
yeah,
everything
like-
else is
Oh, he had
Combed
red
down.
mustache.
combed
Yeah,
forward
yeah,
very
yeah,
carefully.
combed,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I'm picturing what this guy looks
Yeah.
like.
No,
You're
but like,
really
just
well.
picture
It's like 9 feet
1999.
tall.
Yeah,
It's
just
just
picture
like-
1999. You've got it.
1999 was a
Yeah,
giant.
Tall Paul.
It's tall.
And so, everything's set up, and we're like, we're going to go get something to eat because we've been working for 4 hours, and we leave. And we
just like-
we come back, and they start taking money from the door, like getting people in, and they start taking IDs. He doesn't have an ID. He doesn't have anything. And he goes, no, I'm with the
no
band.
possessions.
And the bartender goes, hey, Noah, is this guy with you? And I said, nah, man, he's not with us. And they just, they didn't let him come in. But kind of sad, but like,
Paul.
have like an ID. I mean, sorry.
This episode of Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you by.
I need your help. Come on and tell me a secret. Say in my ear. Wanna tell me the dirty, dirty things I ain't want to hear. Wanna tell me you love me, what I got to be. You got it, baby. Come on and dance with me, honey. Well, take me back to your parents' house. Take me up to your room. We gotta lock all the doors. Close all the fire before we do what we do. Move a little closer. Wherever you got to lose. Oh, breakfast and things. So much Tulsa Little Jam. We had a good time tonight. Now bring her. You know I love you, baby. Come on and dance with me, honey. Mama, shake your hips. I like the way that you move it. I like the way that you dip. I dip, we dip. Come on and dance a little close, honey. To the back of the tube.
The life of a city should be rich in poetry, a conscious work of art, holding within its frame the stories of the people who make it. A city should have the capability of providing something for everybody, only because and only when it is created by everybody. Fighters for what is right, strivers to fix what's wrong, inspiring us to overcome, and being true to who they are, dreamers of what can be, and shapers of what's to come. What is a city but the people? True, the people are the city. We are diverse. We are all. We are one. We are Tulsa.
I especially enjoyed the, I don't know, that last song was just super entertaining. I don't know.
It's a fun song.
We haven't even named it. It's
It's
we
just-
just call it the Come On song. It's like, hey, we play the Come On
Yeah.
song.
I mean, that should be pretty much what it's called.
We're never gonna record it.
100%.
We play it live if the crowd's really good, but usually it's not. So we almost
We just never play it. Never play it.
But I mean, no, it was to me. That's just like the great. So do you guys have any big aspirations beyond Tulsa?
Yeah, we like going and playing festivals. We got a main stage slot at Norman Music Fest this year, which is very exciting for us.
You sound so disheartened by it.
No, I know, right? I
Oh,
always
God,
it's because
that's
it's like 10 minutes after we played and all my adrenaline is gone.
Yeah.
No, we got the main stage slot at Norman Music Fest.
The low is hitting right
It's
now.
starting to
I
hit.
mean,
We're creeping in. We're hoping to play some festivals this summer and do some more of that, some big stages. It's fun to do.
So do you have any advice for the kids coming up? Because
Yeah.
looking at
Don't
you,
do-
I would take advice from you.
Don't do it.
well,
It's a mistake.
if you don't,
Focus on your career.
don't do it, make money. So you can't make money doing this. That's
Some people
instantaneous.
can.
Well, some people.
You're gonna
but
want to practice more.
Some is very, very small. Here's the thing: if you're going to do it, show up on time.
Don't be a jerk.
Don't be a turd.
Wait around to get paid.
Yeah.
That's like, I can't believe how many bands take off before
We've
the
gotten a
money comes
lot
out.
of money off of bands that have quit.
Just like, we'll have to
Hey, we're
track
out.
them down to give them $100. I'm like, man, come
I'm
on.
not doing it. I'm not doing it. That $100 goes right here.
You have inspired future generations for the next
Wait around to
millennium.
get paid, kids.
With
Don't
that,
play
with
music.
that inspiring
Just remember.
message. It's like you guys live
Like an
strange lives.
anti-PSA.
You are
Like,
exactly that.
You just like, we'll say the words and you just look at us and do the opposite.
Yeah.
Just know.
Everything
bad
you see
advice.
here, never do.
Right.
Terrible advice giver.
But for real though, the music was just. I just had a great time listening to it.
Thanks, man.
The audience loves it. You
We
know,
had a great time being here.
our gaffer, our cinematographer, he pretended like he wasn't into it, but I could see him getting into it a little bit and stuff. So it was.
People are good liars nowadays. That's what I figured
The
out.
sweet spot for our audience is people who either are pretending not to be into it but are secretly into it, or people who are really pretending to be into it and are secretly very not into it. There are no like
So then
genuine
you won-
enthusiasts.
You won a big fan then.
That's
actually,
really,
tonight from Mark.
I'm saying.
yeah.
I think he's for life.
Fan, fake.
He will secretly show up at a couple of shows,
Like Tall Paul.
but he will never RSVP on Facebook.
No.
And he will
We
not.
won't know
No,
he's
he
been
won't
there.
blow balloons up for you.
He
right
won't
now.
tag a picture.
Let's hear it one more time, guys, for the strange adventures of the fabulous Minx. That was fun, man. Thank you so much. That's such a blast. Really, really awesome
Thank you.
stuff.
Appreciate it.
And thank you once again, guys, for staying with Tulsa Little Jam. We're excited to continue almost halfway through season 3, and we look forward to sharing more and more music with you that is just keeps on coming out of Tulsa and the rest of the state. It's amazing stuff. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Take me back to your parents' house. Take me into your room. We gotta lock all the doors. Close all the blinds before we do what we do. Move a little closer. Whatever you got to lose. Oh, fabulous things. So much Tulsa Little Jam. We had a good time tonight. And bring her. You know I love you, baby. Come on and dance with me, honey.